Good morning, world. It's 3:57, 3:58, something like that. Yep. I don't want to turn on the light. You guys see me? It's been a while since y'all seen me like this in the morning. I'm in Planet Fitness parking lot. I worked out twice. Fucking sore as fuck. Which I got called in to come into work at 10:30 in-house to 9. It's a lot of hours for the first day. And it's not delivering, which is going to be an issue. In-house doesn't help me. I won't be able to get to work or get around. You understand what it is I'm saying? I won't get any tips. Therefore, I won't have any gas. I won't have a truck. I won't be able to drive to and from work. So here it is again. Another person, right? I told him I'm looking for a driver job, right? I don't care as many hours as I can. And here they are asking me to come in to work all day. No tips. I have no money for food. I have no money for gas. Nothing like that, right? So she's telling me I gotta work the whole day today. I have gas to get there. I'd have gas to get back to Planet Fitness if I wanted to come back here or wherever I want to go, in a sense, but not very far. I don't get any money to eat today. I would have to eat there. Which they'd have to provide me with a free meal because I don't have any money to buy anything. And most of the time they don't. They only give you half off. That was another thing at Papa John's, right? Papa John's, everybody he told everyone 50% off, right? But here is everyone making free food. And then, like, some people making, like, I could make free food, right? With one manager I had to pay. And then one manager would make me pay one day, or then the other day wouldn't make me pay. It didn't make any sense to me. I worked my ass off hard in that place. You could at least give me one free meal. Most places, pizza places like that anyways, they give you a meal as long as you don't take advantage of it. It's because those rules are only in place anyways for people not to take advantage of it. And here it is, people at that job trying to tell me that. Fucking 33. I've ran multiple businesses. You think I don't fucking know that? I'm tired of people talking to people like they're stupid. That's what's wrong with American society. Everyone talks to each other like they're fucking stupid. It's the truth. Everyone. I couldn't tell you how bad it is. Everybody here in America, everyone speaks down on each other. There is none whatsoever unless it's in the family. That's the only way. It's in the family is support. But you don't see it out in the real world. You don't see it out here. Everyone has to tell everybody who they are or if they're, what they look like and all this other stuff, man. I'm so sick of that shit, bro. I'm telling you, you say anything stupid comment anything on my channel, I'm gonna make you look bad. Every time. People are ignorant, man. And this is what's frustrating, is God has me pointing it all out. And go ahead, point out my ignorance. Because guess what? I'll be even more ignorant when you point it out. And I'll make sure I'll bring that ignorance right to your fucking doorstep. Right up in your house. You hear me? Right up in your crib. Best believe it. I'll come up in that bitch. No problem. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'll do it to my own family. Put that in your head. Sick of fucking people, man. That's why I love Jesus, because Jesus isn't a person. He's fucking spirit. So here am I, gonna go to work. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. She's gonna have to let me drive today. I gotta tell her, look. I'll run in-house, but you're gonna have to let me drive too. That's the only way this is gonna work out, or I'm gonna leave. I'll leave. I'll go find another job. I'll find one today too. Watch me. Watch me. I hate when people do that, man. Like, I get it, she needs help, I need work, you know what I mean? But, like, I told you my situation, how do you not? I mean, she did tell me she forgets a lot. It'll work out. I'll make sure it works out. She's a good girl, she's a good lady, you can tell. You can tell she's a sweetheart. That's just my problem. If she wasn't a sweetheart, I wouldn't even show up. Because she messaged me last night. Come in at 10:30 to 9. In-house. It's a problem immediately. I don't do in-house. That's not what I do. I'm not sitting there rolling sandwiches and subs up, honey. That's not happening, sweetheart. You're killing me. It's not about to happen. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna happen. I'm not about to roll subs for that long. It's not. Listen, when I go in there, we're gonna have a long conversation. I'm maybe walking out. I'm not rolling subs, standing, and then not getting paid at the end of the day, not having no food and no gas. That's not gonna happen. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. You misled me, sweetheart. I told you what I needed. A driving job. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go up there. Because where it's at, right? Listen to this. Think about this, right? I'm homeless right now. I have no money to go grab all this money right here, this shit. It costs money to get money. It takes money to make money. That's what this stuff is for, business, investments. That's what that was. It was for saving. I put my life on the line for this shit. You know what I mean? It took effort to put this to the side and put money on this and physically put it on the computer, you know what I mean? And go to a Bitcoin machine and transfer all that stuff and move all that stuff. It takes time, resources, money, gas, energy, power. I don't have that to give to her. Physically, I can't physically work for her for that long. I haven't even ate anything. You get what I'm saying? Unless she provides me with something for food. Let alone she misled me. I told her I need a driving job. Now she's messaging me, telling me, what is it, 10 to 9, so 9, 10, 11 hour shift. I'm not working 11 hours rolling subs for $10 an hour. That's not happening. I'm not doing it. Driving, I'll average out $20 an hour after tips. I can live with it. I'm not working rolling subs for $15 an hour, sweetheart. That's not who I am, sweetheart. I don't know what you think. I told you what it is I'm looking for, what it is I need. So when I come in and you come across this video, you can only be upset with yourself, sweetheart. Don't be upset with me. Don't be upset with me, because I'm going to be messaging you, telling you the situation. If you can't provide me with a driving job today, I'm not even leaving this parking spot heading to you, because I would end up screwing myself over. Because I just wasted gas yesterday because someone misled me. They told me I'd have a driving job today from 3 to 9. Then they're messaging me, telling me to come in from 10 to 9 in-house. You don't do that to people, man. She already forgot that I'm homeless. This is why it's so important for me to have a delivery job. We're gonna read. I need lots of Jesus today. I'm fucking thirsty. I got a little bit of grape juice left. Thank you, Lord. So I have $1. I went into that Dollar General, right? I have $1 left on that card, right? This said 70 cents, right? On the label, on the tag, right? 70. I had $1.15 on that card, right? This thing fucking ring up 75 cents, and I had grabbed the noodle to blow up a noodle. In case if I get starving, I'm in an emergency pinch right this moment. I can run into that Planet Fitness today. I can fucking blow up this noodle in the fucking hot water in the sink. I got stuff I figure it out. I can eat this noodle. I can walk around this area. I'm in a hotbed area for driving jobs, in a sense. Delivery jobs. There's a bunch of pizza places, a bunch of food delivery places around here. Fast food, so I'm about to download Uber. Seriously, I'm about to download Uber and try it out. Here's the thing with Uber, though. This is why I haven't done it yet. Before we get to reading the Bible. The reason why I've been going to pizza places, right? Like Papa John's, for instance, right? They pay you $11.8. So here's the difference between Uber, right? You're getting paid per delivery and whatever, else. I don't know if you're getting paid delivery by a mile, if you're slowly getting paid just by tips, I'm sure it's not just tips. I'm sure you're getting paid per delivery as well. I don't know what the number is, but I'm sure it's not as good as paying at Papa John's. Papa John's, if I'm inside, right? When I come in and I clock in, right, for the day, right? I get my bank. I get a $20 bank, right? If I'm inside the building, no matter what I'm doing, I'm making $11 an hour. As soon as a pizza comes out of the oven, right? It pops up on the screen. I click on it, right? I put in my password, my PIN code. It automatically issues out a receipt, a tag, and then it puts me out on the road. I'm making $8 an hour, but I'm getting tips, okay? So the whole time I'm out on that road, I'm making $8 an hour, plus I'm getting mileage. I'm getting like 50 cents per mile, plus the tips. So it averages out a lot better. I'm assuming here than than Uber or fucking Uber Eats. That's what I'm trying to say. Uber Eats, or Grubhub or DoorDash. All of them. If anybody has any experience, let me know. I need to know tonight, this morning. I gotta find something to do. Figure something out fast. The Jimmy John's if she tells me that I can't drive today, I'm gonna message her in a couple hours and say, hey, look, I told you I need a driving job. You already know what I'm about to say. See what happens. So I might need some help, y'all. I might need some information on what if anybody's had any experience with any of those driving apps. Because that'd be the best one. I would. I got the car to do it. I have the 5-speed. It's if I put good gas in it, you know what I mean? 80, 93, or even if I put 89 in it, I get away with 89. I can get away with 89, and I could, you know what I mean? I could make it. I could not drive hard. I could get 30 miles to the gallon out of this thing. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm sure I can get 30 miles to the gallon out of this thing. I need to check my phone, see if any. I'm still waking up. I just woke up. It's 4:15. See. I can't see that. It's 4:15. Wide awake. That's why I do the yoga and all this stuff. It's the last 2 days, 3 days, I've been really going hard at it, and I'm happy because I feel new. I was really drained the last couple days from all the stress and the cat, and I woke up I feel clear. My mind's clear. My mind isn't foggy, heavy. I want to smoke, but I don't need to. Usually I would have to smoke. Usually I smoke right away. Today would be a day that I would just go right to shower, go get breakfast. I'm content. I'm fine with today. That finally I cut my fucking thumb somehow and had a piece of skin flapping. This internet on this phone sucks. But sometimes it's odd that I'll be uploading shit on this fucking shitty phone, and like in certain places, I'll get really, really fast speeds. It's kind of odd. I hate when I see new stuff on Facebook Marketplace I'm interested in. Yeah, see, I've got no messages for any of my furniture. Nobody. It's funny is I got 5 messages, but they're all scams. And then I had one message on the for the my couch last week. She said she couldn't get a ride. Then I had a message for the high-end table right here. I fucking sent him the measurements, never got a response. But it took me a day to get the measurements because I got to get in Mel's garage. I don't, people message me, I can't message them right back immediately for shit like that, I don't know why people do that, dude. Like, if you like it, just buy it, dude. Like, they're fucking looking for an exact table to fit an exact spot. Like, you can tell that person has really no life if they probably got a table there already. It's probably why she hasn't responded. It's probably because the husband's probably yelling at her, telling her, "You don't need another table. You already have 100 of them." Guarantee it. That's what it looked like. Some older people. Every table I've had so far, everybody wants to measure them, or they offer me $100 like they're a table from Walmart or something. No, girl, they're. It still cracked me up when that girl offered me $100 for all 3 dressers. But here I am giving my dresser away for $10. I still feel fucked up about that one. I can't believe I gave my tall dresser away. The one that, if y'all watch my videos but follow me, y'all like furniture. I gave my neighbor, the black lady across the street, a designer dresser that was out of that 3-piece set that I had. And I gave her the tall one, the tall skinny one. She asked me if she could have it when I was out. So listen to this before I read, because it's important. This is why I gave it to her. I gave this woman a dresser because of her faith. I was getting kicked out of my house. I had all my stuff pretty much out, already packed up. Bill was helping me. I had all that furniture, right? The U.S. Marshals came with those people. They had all my furniture on the front lawn. And my neighbor's lawn, Mel's lawn, where all my furniture still is. The black woman across the street, the husband was supposed to buy my red cherry oak table. I asked him $500 for it. It's red cherry oak wine table. Costs way more than that. They never could come up with the money. He would always want it, but never came to get it. So he was gone. I've noticed like he'd be gone a lot, you know what I mean? And she came up to me like almost kind of discreetly, like it was kind of odd. Like she was almost like hitting me up on the down low, like, "What's up?" type shit, But instead of asking me that, she looked at me, man. I'd never had a woman look at me so serious, like, not like in a whine. She didn't ask me in a pouty face, not ask me in a tone like, in a begging manner or anything like that. She looked at me with the most serious face and was like, "Can I have that dresser?" And she was amazed by how beautiful it was. I told her, "Yes, you can, because of your faith, because you just asked me if you could have it. You didn't ask to buy it. You simply asked if you could have it. Because you knew that there might be an actual shot that I might actually give you this dresser." blew my mind. Because she knew who I was. She knew the type of stuff I had in my home. She knew the type of money I've touched. You know what I mean? They see people in my house all the time. They see BMWs pulling out, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I give them money. I was giving, you know what I mean? I was giving them stuff all the time. Clothes, all that stuff. I'm talking $300, $400 jackets, you know, purses, you know what I mean? All that stuff. Stuff I've just had for years, you know what I mean? Stuff I've collected, you know what I mean? From working at that place, or, you know what I mean? Whatever, from people, whatever it is, you know? So, it really impressed me. So I paid $3,000 for that whole set. She just got like a $700 fucking dresser for free. I went back over there. I told her, I was like, give me $10. I needed $10. I told her I wanted her to give me $10. Simply that way she would feel like she gave me something for it instead of her just you know what I mean? Plus I told her I needed help. So, you know, for food, I told her I really needed help for food. Cause she wanted to give me $50 for it. I told her, no, sweetheart. And that was after she already gave it to her for free. And I told you guys why I gave it to her for free. So, what's funny though too is my dad's safe that I made him give me, out of all the things, out of all the things I have from my two older brother's father that's raised me my whole life, I made him give me his safe. I threatened him, made him give me his safe. He left it. And then 2 fishing poles. I wanted to keep the tackle box, which was his great grandpa's. Or I think it was his grandpa's. I know it was his dad's, but I think it was his grandpa's as well. And I have 2 fishing poles from that. I kept 2 fishing poles without asking. I kept I had the tackle box. I had the tackle box too. But, I put the tackle box back in the, truck. I put it in my dad's truck without him even knowing. He didn't even know. So, I kept the fishing poles. I had the fishing poles. They're in my storage unit. 2 of them. Which, these fishing poles he's had since when he first got divorced, with his second wife, my stepmom, my stepsisters, and then that's when we got really close, you know what I mean? That's when things were good, for the most part. For years it was fine until I was about 17, 18. That's when it started getting really, really bad. But 13, I was already 12, 13 because of the girls, the women he was dating. I was never home. But we went out a lot though. He had money and we traveled a lot. We'd always go places and stuff. So it didn't really get that bad yet until I was older. And I really didn't even start fucking around with anything heavy until doing it wise until I was like 27, smoking crack at least. It's crazy I was doing heroin for over a decade. Way over a decade. But I was only snorting it though. And what's crazy is I don't know how I kept my life together that long. For over 15 years, I was able to hold my life together. A job, relationship, everything. Doing dope. Selling it, moving it, all that stuff. Crazy to me. It says, crack is what really, honestly, what brought me to prison though. Benzos, Valium, Xanax, Klonopin. That's what brought me to prison. Every time I take those, that's what brings me to prison. Obviously, what brings me to prison is evil spirits. That's why I read the Bible. You give into that temptation of being evil. That's what brings you to prison. But I would take any of the drugs. I would have too much of a conscious guilt unless I was fucking mad or wanting to go do something stupid. You know what I mean? I'll hurt somebody consciously sober. That's not a problem. I'll have somebody sober, no problem. It's just, why would I want to be sober, right? Because I already know I'm doing that dumb shit. I don't want to be fucking... I'm not trying to be that person. I was forced into being that person. Because that's what I was taught. That's how I was forced into it. I had people older than me teaching me this, showing me this. You understand? Making me think it's okay. That's the issue. And it's not. This shit ain't alright. I'm getting hot. It got cool last night. Fucking, I had a pull. I love this fucking Champion fucking camouflage army fucking sweater. Because it's like a hoodie. It has a hoodie pocket in the front. That's why I like it. This bitch was expensive, bro. Fucking $60 just for this sweater. It's funny, back in my day at Champion, you get caught wearing that, you get beat up. That was like bum shit back in the day. In the 90s, that was like, you wouldn't wear Champion, believe me. You would not be caught wearing Champion back in the day. That's the shit you would see at the fucking Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Now it's worn like it's something. But I wear it. I don't mind it. I wear anything. I don't give a fuck. If it looks nice, it don't matter what name on it. Listen, man, it's not what you wear. It's who is wearing it and how you wear it. It's how you wear it, not what you wear. It's how you wear it. Trust me. Believe me. I'll pull your mom. Listen, man, they call me the panty dropper, alright? I've been called that many times by many people. That's not me. That's not me tagging myself, aliases and shit. I've been called the panty dropper. Alright. Why do you think I'm gonna start a band? A rock band, a boy band. I'm looking for some artists. I'm gonna be vocaling, singing, screaming. That's why I have no voice. I have no voice for a reason. We're gonna read though. John the Baptist prepares the way. His fucking crazy ass, fucking eating fucking honey and locusts. What the fuck? Why the fuck are you eating locusts and honey, dude? So we read the temptation of Jesus. So we read that. I think we stopped here. Jesus heals many. Says he arose and left the synagogue and entered Simon's house. Now Simon's mother-in-law was ill with a high fever, and they appealed to him on her behalf, and he stood over her and rebuked the fever, and it left her. And immediately she rose and began to serve them. So here is Jesus standing over her, literally saying, be gone in a sense, and she was, he healed her. which we'll get into that type of stuff later on, way later on. We'll be talking about, how people think he healed her, all that stuff. I want to know what y'all think. Yeah, so it says, now when the sun was setting, all those who had any who were sick with various diseases brought them to him. And he laid hands on every one of them, and he healed them. And demons also came out of many, crying, you are the Son of God. But he rebuked them and would not allow them to speak, because they knew that he was Christ. We read this. But I'll read it. And when it was the day, he departed and went into the desolate place. And the people saw him and came to him and would have kept him from leaving them. But he said to them, I must preach the good news and of the kingdom of God to the other towns as well. For I was sent for this purpose. And he was preaching in the synagogues of Judea. Yeah, we read this. Because we read up to the boat. And then you hear it. I remember we stopped right where the people fucking climbed up on top of the building, snuck behind the building, and let the guy down, from the roof down to Jesus. Yeah, right here. So, I'll read it one more time, right? Because that's where we went. It only takes a second. Fucking passed out with this jacket covering up my legs. It says, on one of those days as he was teaching, Pharisees and teachers of the law were sitting there, who had come from every village of Galilee and Judea and from Jerusalem, and the power of the Lord was with him to heal. And behold, some men were bringing in on a bed a man who was paralyzed. And it still cracks me up every time I read this. They climb up on top of the building. And how did not anybody know? See it, But finding no way to bring them in because of the crowd, they went up on the roof and let him down with his bed through the tiles into the midst before Jesus. And when he saw their faith, he said, man, your sins have been forgiven. Here it is. Jesus, think about this. Jesus is literally saying that your sins have been forgiven. He's saying that this man was fucked up because of his conscience guilt. Not because of any sickness that was like a medical sickness that people think. He was bedridden because of his conscious guilt. Like my mom. My mom sits in her room and hides all goddamn day and does nothing because of her conscious guilt. Because she's scared, because she's frightened, because she's let the evil one keep her that way. She runs from thought to thought to thought, and she sits in the house all damn day. Because of her conscious guilt, it's because of all of the things that she's done wrong, she's ashamed of it. Same as when Adam and Eve covered themselves up when they ate from the tree they were told not to eat from. The one thing they were told not to do, they did. That's why they covered themselves up. They were ashamed. But it says, and the scribes and the Pharisees began to question, saying, who is this who speaks blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God alone? It says, when Jesus perceived their thoughts, he answered them, why do you question in your hearts? Which is easier to say, your sins are forgiven you, or to say, rise and walk? But that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. He said to the man who was paralyzed, I say to you, rise, pick up your bed and go home. And immediately he rose up before them and picked up what he had been lying on and went home, glorifying God. And amazement seized them all. And when they glorified God and were filled with awe, saying, we have seen extraordinary things today. You have. You certainly have. It's not hard to get people out of that type of slum. All you gotta do is figure out what their heart is driven by, which mostly is greed and money. You get them out of bed. Otherwise, they'll just sit and be miserable. Alright, it says, Jesus calls Levi. A lot of times you can manipulate them. You can lie to them and use their own lies against them and control them for their whole life. Because that's what they do. They control themselves with their own lies. It's the truth. They believe their own lies. says Jesus calls Levi. It says, after this he went out and saw a tax collector named Levi sitting at the tax booth. And he said to him, follow me. And leaving everything, he rose and followed him. Levi just dropped everything that he was doing to follow Jesus. And Levi made him a great feast in his house, and there was a large company of tax collectors, and others reclining at the table with him. So here's Jesus in Levi's house, feet kicked back, everything, just like everyone else, you know, at the table, you know. And the Pharisees and their scribes grumbled at his disciples, saying, why do you eat and drink with the tax collectors and sinners? So here's the Pharisees. They were very, very prideful people. They were the upper class, you know. They were the people that thought their shit don't stink, you know. And Jesus was known to be healing people, you know what I mean? People were, of all society, were interested in him. And here is him hanging out with people that are the lowest of the low, right? That's why they're saying that, you know, the Pharisees, the scribes grumbled even at Jesus' disciples. So they weren't even mad at just Jesus, they were mad at the whole crew. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you even down here with these people? Jesus answered them. He said, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick, I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So he's saying that, you know, those people that are up there, they don't believe, they're never gonna think they have anything wrong with them. They think there's nothing wrong with them. So therefore, why is Jesus even spending time with them? They will never come to them anyway, never come to him anyways. He was just saying it that way though, so they would not take offense to it. You understand what I'm saying? Because if he said it a different way, they would take offense to it. It says a question about fasting. It says, they questioned him again right away. It says, and they said to him, the disciples of John fast often and offer prayers, and so do the disciples of the Pharisees. But yours eat and drink. Your disciples are eating and drinking. They don't fast. That's what they're saying. Jesus said to them, can you make wedding guests fast while the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast in those days. He also told them a parable. So before I read the parable, he's saying that people that are celebrating, you can't stop anybody from eating when they're celebrating Jesus coming. He's saying that his disciples are celebrating Jesus, celebrating that God's here. You can't stop that. And then he's saying that the days will come when the bridegroom is taken away. He's saying that the day will come when they're going to kill him. He's going to be sacrificed. And then in those days is when people will fast, and it will be accounted for. God will look at it and say, okay, I see what it is you're doing. You're not eating for me. You're doing self-control for me. You're sacrificing and not for me. You get what I'm saying? God sees everything. So then I read the parable. It says, he also told them a parable, you know, speaking about it, right? It says, no one tears a piece from a new garment and puts it on an old garment. If he does, he will tear the new, and the piece from the new will not match the old. And no one puts new wine into old wineskins. If he does, the new wine will burst, and the skins, it will be spilled, and the skins will be destroyed. They'll be wasted. So there's no point. So he's saying there's no point. But new wine must be put into fresh wineskins. And no one after drinking old wines desires new, for he says the old is good. He's saying that you must clean the inside out first before the outside will begin to look new. That's what he's saying. He's saying fasting has nothing to do with the sickness of the heart. The sickness of the heart needs to be cleansed by God, by Jesus, and by consciously stop doing wrong. That's what sin is. It's conscious guilt. Every time you do something you know you're not supposed to do, and then it's every time you don't do something you know you're supposed to do. That's when you have a conscious guilt, and everyone has it in their heart. Period. And it says, Jesus is the Lord of the Sabbath, which is Saturday, chapter 6. It says, on a Sabbath, while he was going through the grain fields, his disciples plucked and ate some heads of grain, rubbing them in their hands. But some of the Pharisees said, why are you doing what is not lawful to do on the Sabbath? Jesus answered them, have you not read what David did when he was hungry, and those who were with him, how he entered the house of God and took and ate the bread of the presence, which is not lawful for any but the priest to eat, and also gave it to those with him? And he said to them, the Son of Man is the Lord of Sabbath. So he's saying basically, first of all, he's saying that people have always disgraced the Sabbath. Second, he's saying that he read the Old Testament. He was reading of King David in the Old Testament, speaking of the Old Testament to the disciples and the Pharisees and whoever or whatnot, right? He also saying that he is the Son of Man is the Lord of the Sabbath. He's saying that he is the Sabbath. He is God. He is the holy rest. He is the day of rest. He's going to be, you will find rest in him. That's what he's saying. And the reason why he calls himself the Son of Man is because a real man will nurture a son, right? Will nurture a kid. When you fall in love with Jesus, you become a man, right? Therefore, you start nurturing. You learn to nurture. You don't know how to nurture till you fall in love with Jesus. And then once you learn how to nurture, you become a child. And that's what he's saying. He's saying, the Father is in you and I am in the Father. When you are born of the Spirit, of the fire of Jesus, that child gets woken up again in your heart. That fire rekindles. It starts, it flames again. But you gotta keep it aflame. You have to, you know how you light a fire, you gotta blow on it. You gotta keep the fire going. You gotta stoke it. You gotta stoke that flame inside your heart and your soul. And the only way to do that is to read God's word and to help others, heal others. This is why I make these videos. Otherwise, I'd go fucking nuts. I'm homeless in my car right now. You understand what I'm saying? In a sense, But I'm gonna be traveling around the world too at the same time. So, this is kind of a precursor to me, in my car, documenting the countryside. So, in a sense, I'm not homeless. This is what I plan on doing anyways. But it'd still be nice to have a little bit of money. People in all these fucking jobs. This is why I'm recording it, because I'm showing everybody to stop being discouraged It's not just you. It's everyone else too. Believe me, it is. My stomach's growling like a motherfucker. I ate both those peanut butter jellies last night, I think. I did. No, I got one left. I knew I was smart, I'm telling you. I knew I saved one. Okay, we'll go. Alright. I gotta make this quick. It says, the man with the withered hand. And another Sabbath, he entered the synagogue and was teaching. And a man was there with whose right hand was withered, and the scribes and the Pharisees watched him to see whether he would heal on the Sabbath, so that they might find a reason to accuse him. But he knew their thoughts, and he said to the man with the withered hand, come and stand here. And he rose and stood there. And Jesus said to them, I ask you, is it lawful on the Sabbath to do good, or to do harm, or to save life, or to destroy it? And after looking around at them, all he said to him, stretch out your hand. And he did so, and his hand was restored. But they were filled with fury and discussed with one another what they might do to Jesus. So here they are, already coming up with plots to kill Jesus simply because Jesus is healing people on the Sabbath and they want the glory. Here's the thing is, you would think that they'd be happy that he healed the guy, right? They'd be like, oh my God, this man is healed. This guy's hand is withered, you know what I mean? Like, what just happened? But here they are. So worried about Jesus stealing their shine, right? They want to be glorified. They want to be looked at. They want to heal people. They were envious. Envious of a man that was helping people. Just like me. People do that all the time. People envy me for no reason. People envy each other for no reason. Where do you think that come from? Lucifer. He was the one that started it. It's a spirit. You're in that spirit. When you're in that temptation, if you're in that spirit mode, that's who you are. That's why I keep consciously on Jesus, because it's easy for me to go to 0 to 100 real fucking quick and be that person. Be that spirit of evil. I can be that real quick. It's not hard, and that's what scares me. This is why I lay my life before the cross every day. I almost hurt my mom the other night. I wanted to hurt my mom the other night. I had my mom screaming, doing this. I've never seen my mom do this. I had my mom doing this. That fucking scared of me. Shaking. I had my mom shaking the other night. That's how I got these Uncrustables. She told me she didn't have no fucking money, wouldn't give me any gas money. Right? I told her she wouldn't even come in the car. She wouldn't do anything. I told her who she was. Then I snapped because she don't ever let me talk. She always wants to talk about her. It's never, how are you doing, or anything. It's always her, and how fucked up her life is and everything else. You think I don't know that? You think I don't know you're fucking retarded, you're slow, you're being a piece of shit? I don't even know you. You never took the time to get to know me. And here you are still not even. I'm giving you a chance. This is your last chance to get to know your son and be in his life. Possibly go around the world with him if you don't fucking fuck this up. And here she is fucking everything up. Just being the same old person. I tore that bitch up. Everything in the fridge ended up on the floor. It's not my house. It's not my stuff. No, it's my brother's stuff. Call the cops. Tell him to call the cops. Tell him he fell. This is what you do every time anyways. I couldn't tell you how many times my mom fucking would lie and say, oh, she fucking fell or she did fuck because she's so fucking high on pills. That one's believable right there. Just tell him that. Can't stand those fucking... Listen, my family, you guys come around me, I'll fucking kill you. Don't come around me. My brother, I tell you, my brother was smart. He knew better. He backed up. He got away from me as quick as possible. I'm not fucking playing with nobody. I don't care who you are. For no reason. I've done nothing wrong for nobody. Come get me. I've done nothing for nobody. I will be doing nothing to nobody. Don't come for me unless I fucking send for you. Period. Fucking tired of people, man. The 12 apostles, we gotta go. In these days, he went out to the mountain to pray. And all night he continued in prayer to God. The same as I do. And when day came, he called his disciples and chose from 12, whom he named the apostles. Simon, who he named Peter, and Andrew his brother, James and John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, the son of Alphaeus, Simon, who was called Zealot, and Judas, the son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor, who was a traitor. It's like my family, my brothers. I don't trust my brothers. Not only did my brother Tyler lie to me, which I mentioned, right? Told me he was upstairs when really he was with my other brother. That's one, you lied to me. Two, soon as he gets to the car by me, right? We'll go upstairs. I want to see you, hang out with you for a minute, you know? Talk to you. I'm going to be leaving soon. I won't be seeing you for years. What's he do? Get on the phone. Answer the phone. Start talking fucking like a fucking black guy. Being somebody he's not. I say, I gotta go. So what do I do? You know what you did. You're doing it right now. For real, it's like that? Yeah, it's like that. Peace, dude. You're on the phone talking about dope and comping this, cause you're still like, I'm done, dude. I don't want to be around you, bro. I don't want nothing to do with you or your people or anything like that. I simply came over to the trap to see you, to see my brother. I don't care. He gets so excited, like, I wanna go do dope or fucking, like, I'm gonna give him a bunch of money or something like that. Like, no. I'm done with my whole family. I'm done with all of them. All of them, they're cooked. They're done. I even get, like, listen, man, I gave everyone a chance. Everyone in my family a chance. Multiple chances. And they all shit on me. All of them. That's why I'm by myself. I'm fucking lonely, man. I'm fucking lonely as fuck. The only Why do you think God gave woman to man? Here is my fucking girl, my wife, my fiance fucking don't even fucking talk to me anymore. Just done because of my stupid family. I don't know what's going on. She's okay. I don't even want to get into it. I don't even want to talk about it. Comments on Facebook and all that. On here on YouTube, if you comment, I'm not going to say much. If I say anything at all. And these days he went out to the mountain to pray, and Jesus ministers to a great multitude, it says. It says, and he came down with them and stood on a level place with a great crowd of his disciples and a great multitude of people from all Judea and Jerusalem, and all the sea coasts of Tyre and Sidon, or Sidon, who came to hear him and to be healed of the diseases, and those who were troubled with unclean spirits were cured. And all the crowd sought to touch him, for power came out from him and healed them. The Beatitudes, which are my favorite. I know all of these by heart, by the way. It says the Beatitudes, and he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are you who are hungry now, for you shall be satisfied. Blessed are you who weep now, for you shall laugh. Blessed are you when people hate you, and when they exclude you, and revel you, and spurn your name as evil, on account of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for so their fathers did to the prophets. You see, when people pick on you simply because of you love Jesus, be happy, because the angels are singing in heaven for you. They're going to uphold you. They're going to protect you. It says, Jesus pronounces, well, as I'm burping because of the food. It says, but woe to you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe to you who are full now, for you shall be hungry. Woe to you who laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. It says, woe to you when all people speak well of you, for so their fathers did to the false prophets. He's saying that nothing has changed. It's been the same as it has always. It says, love your enemies. But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who abuse you, which I've never done before until I fell in love with Jesus. To one who strikes you on the cheek, offer the other also, and for one who takes away your cloak, do not withhold your tunic either. Give to everyone who begs from you, and for one who takes away your goods, do not demand them back. And as you wish that others would do to you, do to them. He's saying that God is, no matter what you do, God is going to repay you, because God sees all. God is sovereign. God is the sovereignty king. He's sovereign of all. Karma is real. What do? You come back, right? But you have to understand that Jesus is above karma. Jesus' law is above karma. Karma is just natural law, cause and effect. That's how the physical world works. Jesus is spiritual law. It's above karmic law. When you believe in Jesus, all that negative karmic stuff, that conscious stuff that you have done, that other people have done to you, it gets canceled out. It's canceled. Done. But you have to consciously give back. You consciously have to speak good and do good into existence for that all that canceled debt, for it not to revert back. You must, you got to do good. You got to move forward. Proverb. I don't know what I just did there, but that was fucking weird. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I don't know what the fuck. I did something with my tongue, made me look like a fucking snake, or I don't know. Look, I was about to lick some balls, or ball licky. Ball licky, that's what I was about to do, ball licky. But yeah. Random thoughts, random morning. Who gives a fuck? It says, if you love those who love you, what benefit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what benefit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. And if you lend to those from you, it says, and if you lend those from whom you expect to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners. To get back the same amount, that's stupid. But love your enemies. It says, but love your enemies, and do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be the sons of the Most High. For he is kind to the ungrateful and evil. Be merciful, even as your Father is merciful. So, he's saying that when you give in the love of Jesus. When you give and you do good because of Jesus. When you give, not expecting anything returned, simply because you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, knowing that God always takes care of you, you're called the sons of the Most High. He's saying that God literally calls you his son and daughter too, as well. Which, if you read all the literature and stuff, they talk about how the sons of the Most High are going to lead the battle of Armageddon, which will basically be all the people that love Jesus will be killing all the people that don't love Jesus, because they are ran by evil, which the Bible clearly says will be taking place in the end times. Which, a lot of people will say the end times is here, or near, or are never coming. What do you think? Who knows? Jesus said that the hour and time when God comes will be like a thief in the night. No one will ever know. So, no matter what anybody says, or what you think,